On the sidelines of the G20 Summit, a big announcement has been made, a historic agreement unveiled on a major connectivity project, the India-Middle East-Europe Economic Corridor. The United States, Saudi Arabia, the UAE, India and the EU have signed a pact for building a major railway and port project. The ambitious project aims to enhance trade and connectivity across continents. It has been launched at the Partnership for Global Infrastructure Investment and India-Middle East-Europe Economic Corridor program.
आज हम सब ने एक महत्वपूर्ण और ऐतिहासिक समझौता संपन्न होते हुए देखा है। आने वाले समय में यह भारत, पश्चिम एशिया और यूरोप के बीच इकोनॉमिक इंटीग्रेशन का प्रभावी माध्यम होगा।
According to US officials, the planned mega infrastructure project will connect West Asia with India and Europe. The project will enable the flow of goods, fuel and data from India across West Asia to Europe. US President Joe Biden hailed the initiative as a real big deal during the G20 summit.
We're focusing on regional infrastructure projects that deliver results across multiple countries and in multiple sectors. And today I'm proud to announce that we've finalized a historic agreement for a new India, Middle East, Europe economic corridor. As a key part of this corridor, we're going to invest in ships and rail that extends from India all the way to Europe, connected by the UAE, Saudi Arabia, Jordan, and Israel.
Saudi Arabia's Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman lauded the collective effort that culminated in the founding of this crucial corridor. Meanwhile, French President Emmanuel Macron also pledged Europe's utter commitment to invest in the corridor.
So now, with the European Commission, here as European governments, we commit to invest alongside with you on this road, and this is a very important project from Asia through Middle East to Europe to offer big opportunities and connect people. But our intention is as well to make it real. And to be sure that after this commitment we have concrete results, and especially to have the first global green trade road.
The deal is one of the key initiatives the White House has been trying to push to counter China's growing influence through the Belt and Road Initiative. Up until yesterday, there was uncertainty on whether the deal will come through, but now that it's sealed, US officials say the project is a result of months of careful diplomacy. Quiet, careful diplomacy bilaterally and in multilateral settings. Now, to talk more about this rail project, the infrastructure involved, we are being joined by our Voice of America correspondent, Jessica Stone. Jessica, thanks for joining us. We have been discussing this since yesterday, and now the rail project has been announced. The US president called this a game-changing investment in the region. Tell us more on that.
Well, it is a very ambitious project, and White House officials have clearly underlined that it is very ambitious. In fact, we still don't have a dollar figure. We don't know how it's going to be financed, what combination of private and public funds could be at play here. We do know it spans, a great distance, and it was so interesting to hear the ambassador talk about the travel time that can be saved. I think that's a real selling point that I hadn't heard yet about this type of infrastructure deal. But this, for the White House, falls into this sense of creating infrastructure projects and corridors that meet the needs of sustainability, that meet the needs of data and data sharing, and that cut down on supply chain risk and increase supply chain resilience. The other main objective behind this, of course, is bringing more stability to the Middle East. The idea that it's very difficult to continue to have conflict in a region that is interconnected economically. Just think how difficult it is for most of the world to decouple or de-link from China. That is a part of what keeps the peace.
Yeah, that actually brings me to my next question, which is something the ambassador also mentioned, that this project is essentially a healthier alternative to the Belt and Road Initiative.
Well, that's certainly an argument that's going to be made. I think without knowing how it's going to be financed, we can't really compare it directly in terms of the type of investment that's going to be required and the timeline. Certainly, China has had loads of money, trillions of dollars to throw around with respect to the BRI. Will this be at that scale? That's an open question until we have more information. But certainly, it does fall within the objective of the White House to provide alternatives, viable alternatives for countries who don't want to sign up for the terms that Beijing is on offer.
Right, Jessica, thanks so much for joining us with the latest.
You bet.
WION World is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news updates on the move.